Today on Frosted, we're going to be making a beautiful chiffon cake with caramel buttercream topped with all sorts of fancy stuff. This over-the-top cake is the perfect dessert for special occasions like Valentine's Day or birthdays. The thing with caramel is the darker it gets, the richer in flavor, but you can burn it if you're not careful. So we're gonna watch it really carefully. So the sugar is dissolved now and the bubbles are really fast and buoyant. I'm starting to see a little splatter, which can sometimes happen, and when that does, the way to ensure you don't get any granules in there is to just take a wet pastry brush with some water and just brush along the sides of the pan. We're looking for a nice, rich, brown, amber color because it's going to be tempered out in flavor by the Swiss buttercream that we have, so we want it to be really rich. We're getting close. You can start to see that it's become a syrup-like consistency. Leave it until it stops sizzling. Now we are going to add our cream in. So you want to make sure that it's really smooth because otherwise you're going to have really chewy, stringy bits in your buttercream, which you don't want. This looks beautiful, it smells beautiful, and it is so hot, so be careful. In my mixer, I have our Swiss meringue buttercream, and to that I'm going to add our caramel sauce. Do not freak out if this starts to get soupy. It will come back together. Give it some time. We're not going to worry about it, but do it slowly. We're gonna let this whip until it gets nice and viscous again. Such a beautiful, rich buttercream. It is soft and silky and smells so rich and beautiful. It is time to assemble this cake. I have 2 layers of chiffon cake that I cut into 3 layers each, so they're super thin, and this is a really moist, delicate, and tender cake. First layer goes down. Add a little bit of crunch, we decided that we were going to put some chopped up malt balls in between each layer. You can chop them as fine or as coarsely as you like. So we're going to crumb coat this now using the rest of the buttercream. Lock all those crumbs in and then go back again and finesse it with the last little bit. Make it nice and smooth. I like to start at the top and then work my way down. Don't worry so much about it being even at this point. We're gonna fix all that later. This is just to kind of get everything in its place. We'll throw this in the fridge, let it set up a little bit, and then we'll come back and fix it. So I'm just finishing off this cake, just smoothing out the edges. I added the rest of the buttercream. I'm gonna take my bench scraper here and I'm gonna keep it parallel over here, and then I'm just gonna slide it very smoothly, gently, just to straighten out those edges. I'm gonna stop here because I think we're in a really good place, and this is the kind of thing that I could spend days trying to get right. Now comes the really fun part. We're going to take all of our decorations, these beautiful caramel discs that we made, and you can do this however you want. You can do patterns, you can kind of do it haphazardly. I'm just gonna see what happens. I'm really happy with what this looks like. I think it's really fun. Sometimes it's nice to go into something with no vision and kind of see where it just takes you. This is when you get to really kind of blow this cake up in a very exciting way. I want to create some height, so I have some chocolate curls that I made. You can use other kinds of things. You can make different shapes with your caramels. So here we are, guys. Here's the cake. It looks amazing. It is filled with all sorts of exciting things inside and out, and it was not as hard as it looks.